hit the cab of the tractor because you can crack that fiberglass pretty easily. And break the windows, and there's a yellow jacket nest. And I'm getting in the tractor. What's up, guys? Dustin from Axle Deep Ranch. So this morning, I set my alarm, woke up, got ready, headed down the road, got a couple miles down the road, put the directions into the airport, and headed to pick up my wife, and realized, well, when you're in California, you go anywhere in the state, it's the same time zone. So I'm headed to Nashville, and she's supposed to land at 1:30. Well, her flight got delayed, so maybe 2 o'clock. It says I'm going to arrive by 12:18, so I'm headed back home to relax a little bit because I don't want to wait outside the airport for almost 2 hours. So headed back, and we'll give this a shot and hopefully arrive at a closer time. All right, let's try this again. So now it says we're going to arrive about 1:17, but I'll end up stopping to get food or something too, so that'll push it back a little bit. And I think our flight's going to land now. I think it says 1:48, but hopefully the pilot makes it some time. I guess they had some technical difficulties. They had to have a mechanic look at something inside the airplane, so hopefully everything goes smooth and we'll be able to see her soon. So I stopped at the new Buc-ee's in Sevierville, which I think as of right now is the largest Buc-ee's, like 75,000 square feet. But I mean, it was a Tuesday, like about 11:30, and it was packed. It was like a zoo in there. It was crazy. But I always like going by there and getting she got a brisket sandwich, so see that. But these things are pretty good. They're only like $8. Oh, it was making great time. Now we're at standstill traffic, maybe going 2-3 miles an hour. But it shows we're going to be adding 20 minutes, which is awesome. And I got this guy in front of me. I don't know if you can see the mirror on that forklift, but that thing just keeps moving around. That'll make you dizzy, just keep staring at that. I guess it's time to get comfortable and settle in, because it looks like traffic's backed up for a couple miles. That looks safe. So I'm almost there. What I thought was construction earlier was actually interstate mowers. So there's a couple of tractors mowing in the number 1 lane, and so the lane was blocked off, so everybody just forgot how to drive and stopping traffic just to merge lanes. But her plane was supposed to land about 20 minutes ago, but the plane in front of her is running a little late, so I'm gonna have to find somewhere to park because I'm almost there and she's still not at the gate. So it's probably gonna take her 15-20 minutes to get her bags after she gets off the plane, so we'll be waiting for a little while. So I ended up parking at a gas station about a mile away from the airport. I drove around a couple of times, but her airplane is running pretty late. Actually, it just said it got to the gate at 42 minutes late. So now I'm just sitting here waiting for her to grab her bags, and then I'll head over there and pick her up. No telling how long that's going to take for them to actually unload all the bags and for the. Somebody's a little excited. Oh, trying to replace the shear bolt today. So this PTO shaft shield has 3 clips. I don't know if you can see it. Between all these 3 will fit. 3 clips, you just push them in, you pull the shaft out. All of it? So the bolt goes right here. So whenever it hits something that's not supposed to, like a rock or something,
it snaps.
It breaks it.
Damn.
It's either that or it breaks the gears. So that's why they put this in there.
Oh.
What's that?
Dang. That's crazy.
Yep.
Am I tightening this?
Yeah. All right. Come on. So I was trying to film us replacing the shear pin on the brush hog, but it's so hot out here, my camera overheated and shut off, so I only got a little piece of it. Can't tell, my face is a little red. It's a little warm out here, so I gotta sit down and cool off for a minute. But once I cool off, I'll go show you. I did pick up my wife, but I think when I said that she had gotten her bag, by the time I was taking off, it wasn't her bag, it was somebody else's. So ended up waiting a little bit longer. All in total, it should have been like a 9-hour day. Ended up being 12 plus hours. Both of her flights were delayed, so we didn't film anything coming on the way home. So we did replace the shear pin. She just started mowing right now, so I'll go down there whenever I do cool off a little bit and introduce you guys and see how she's doing. All right, so I'm gonna take the side by side and go down and check on her and see what she's up to down there. Watch out. Ah. Yeah, I don't want to run over that. See, this is Victoria.
Hi.
I was going to tell you, if you go right here against the fence,
Yeah.
there's a cable from the fence that's down on our side.
I wasn't gonna get that close.
Okay, just making sure. It's easier too if you back down this and just go back and forth.
Yeah, the tires spin.
It's not a full drive. Is it?
No, it's not.
Push it,
Right. Okay. I figured I'd hit this one maybe later. I just wanted to get all this stuff. As you can feel like it's spinning.
yeah.
So. Goodbye.
Alright. She took my job. Come on. So she did my pit drive around for a little bit and came to the conclusion she likes this first driveway a little better, so I think we're gonna do some more work on this one. And then we'll have to get another culvert to put in down the end. So I'll wait for my father-in-law to be done with the mini egg so I can use that to dig the trench for the culvert out. It is very nice having her back though. I missed her. I don't know if you guys have seen this in other videos. My dad actually made this with a chainsaw. Since our last name is Terry, he actually made that out of a piece of the tree we fell. It's pretty humid out here. Don't stop in front of me. And there goes Colt. He's the fastest. Come on. Come on, Zeus. Come on, Zeus. Once again, I fallen off some water. These guys keep following me everywhere. I think they're getting a little tired. I didn't keep up that time. Did you? You guys go get some water. Oh, time to hop on my father-in-law's tractor and get some work done with that one. So I'm gonna try to get done what I can today. I just want to more bring the dogs out here, let them run around. They're all, can't really see them behind the trailer right there. So I'll use my father-in-law piece tractor and use this land planer. This thing's amazing. It's not like a box blade. These blades are only about 6 inches tall, so you don't carry a whole lot of material with you. It just, like if you're going over a gravel road, the gravel just flows over, kind of resurfaces it and grades it. A nice thing about a cab tractor, air conditioner. So Colt and Tazzy were over there. They found the standing water, looks like. Yep, his legs are wet. You guys don't need to be drinking that water. It's been standing there for a while. But I found her. More alongside the forest. Come on, Tazzy. Colt. Come on. So I was walking around trying to figure out how to get all the water that sits in here, where to drain it off from. I was gonna have a maybe drain down to the pond right here, but we had already cleared a path. You know, I cut it down, the brush hog, and started kind of dragging it right now. But if I open it up right here from the road or the driveway, just dig a ditch all along the side of the driveway, and then down the side of that, this little path, it meets the pond. So right at the end of this path to the right is the corner of the pond. So maybe I can get all this water to drain out, since that's all downhill. I mean, it hasn't rained in about a week now, I think, and it's been in the 90s, and it's still a little muddy right here. There's just so much water sitting here. We just got to direct all the water that comes from right here, where you can see all the vegetation that's growing up. It's really thick right here. It all runs down from the neighbor's property down into here, but let's see if we can redirect it. Let's go see if she wants a snack. We bought a bunch of these sweet and spicy chili, like little rice cakes. And I think we bought too many. Between her and her mom, we ended up with a couple of cases of them. And some of the buffalo ones too, and we're not eating them near as quick as we should. And she's getting a lot done now. You're welcome. And you got a reminder to put the volume down. The volume, she's dancing, so I'm watching her dancing and listening to music. Remind her to put the throttle down when she starts that up, so it doesn't bang so hard and strip anything out. But she has got, still probably has about 3 acres to mow. But as you can see, she's enjoying herself. And once she mows a lot of it down, especially where this big brush pile is. So we have that brush pile, and we have one that's right up here that you guys might have just seen, and the one down towards the beginning of the driveway. It needs to be burned. I am a little uneasy about burning it without having any running water, but as long as we keep the grass and everything down around it, and I'll probably use this grater or a box blade and get a lot of the, just make it dirt around it pretty much. That way it has nothing to catch on to. But we have this one still. And they're pretty big brush piles. But hopefully I'm going to see, my father-in-law's supposed to be getting the grapple, which, I mean, as nice as he is, will let me borrow. We have that brush pile that's right there. So I'll start it over there and just move the brush over there maybe. We'll see how it goes. I mean, these trees, there's really no trees right around this one, so I might just burn it where it's at. Because we're going to end up putting the gate that's down here that we always come through. We're going to make a wider gate right here to pass through. So this is going to be open right here. There's a lot of ideas and plans, and they keep changing every time we go through or start working on it. our plans for this changes. Like we wanted the forest drive, but now it's the first driveway we're gonna focus on. At some point we're gonna have both of them functioning, but at least now I got the wife's approval and I know which one to focus on now. And this will end up, I'm trying to keep the driveway as close to the forest as I can so we can keep this pasture. I'll either make it 1 or 2 separate pens, come and try out rotational grazing, but we have a ton of forests that I want to fence off and kind of just let the goats go inside of it and clean it up, because that'll keep them fed for a while. And it's hard to tell how steep this is. It's not as bad as I thought. We drove the side-by-side up this yesterday, and it wasn't near as bad as I thought, so I don't think a truck would have a problem coming up here at all, especially once there's gravel. But this almost got stuck in the tractor. So I know I've talked about the culvert where the runoff from the pond is, and then the culvert we just dug, it all runs down into a pit somewhere in here that you can't see, and it all comes down right here. It all drains down in here, and there's a, I actually have to dig it back out, there's this culvert ditch next to the road. So I'm gonna dig these, make these meet, and then put 1 culvert in. And these T-posts have been here for so long. I tried to pull it out with a T-post puller. I think the roots from this big oak tree probably grew around it. I cannot for the life of me get that out, so I'll have to bring the tractor over probably with a chain and try it that way. So we're probably gonna end up taking out these 2 big trees, which I don't trust myself doing those. So we're gonna have somebody take those out and either take this one out, because it's overhanging the neighbor's property too, and I'm sure he doesn't want it overhanging, but I don't want the roots from this messing with the driveway. So I might have to go too. So there's some massive trees. This tree is probably 60, 70 feet tall. I mean, there's a power pole right there, and this tree much taller. All these trees are. So let's see if we can actually tell. So my camera is level right there. So we're gonna start working on this. Maybe I have a strap or something. I don't have a chain here. Try to take that T-post out, and then there's a T-post right here. We had our friend that I talked about come and give us advice on the driveways and everything, and he has a skid steer with a mulcher. So at some point I'll probably pay him to come in here and clear a lot of this out so you can see through it and use all this land. Oh, getting out of shape. But I mean, we have 8 acres and have this forest that we can't use. So I don't think I showed you guys what actually broke the shear pin. Was it hit both of these? I mean, it still cut it down, but it broke the shear pin. But I still want to see how far back we can get in there. A lot of the stuff isn't too thick. It's just making sure we don't hit the cab of the tractor, because you can crack that fiberglass pretty easily. And break the windows in. There's a yellow jacket nest. And I'm getting in the tractor. That was a ground nest.
Anyway, take off running. I just stepped on a yellow jacket ground nest. And of course I go to the side of the tractor that's locked. But good thing they didn't get me. That was close. Whew. Maybe I'll get my wife to come over here with that brush hog and put it over the top of that hole and take care of them that way. Ooh, that was fun. A little hard to tell on camera. I'm trying to find the nest is right around there. You can see them flying around a little bit. But I'm gonna have her park that thing right on top. She's not listening. Well, one of the bad things about growing up being allergic to bees is you're terrified of all kinds, even if they aren't really poisonous or different types of wasp or whatever. But luckily, my wife's my protector with those things. But I told her she didn't have to stay for very long, but they are a little angry. Hopefully it shows up on video. So, I was showing you guys where I broke the shear pin was on that branch right there, or the tree stump. That yellow jacket nest is right here. I walked right by that thing. You can still see they're a little angry. So we're gonna end up calling it a day. I guess my tractor the AC was not working very well. I don't know, I have to look at the manual, I haven't really looked, but this AC light was slowly flashing and it was blowing pretty much like warm air. So my wife was getting a little overheated, so I traded her tractors. I've been in the shade most of the time, so I've been pretty cool. But we're gonna call it a day. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the video. If you don't mind, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.